What if the secret to true happiness isn't found in the crowd, but in the quiet of your own heart? In a world that never stops buzzing where social feeds, expectations, and noise pull us in every direction, Buddhism offers a timeless truth. Peace begins within. Today, we're diving into 7 transformative lessons on the joy of being alone, inspired by Buddhist wisdom. These aren't just ideas, they're practical steps to unlock clarity, resilience, and a deeper connection to who you really are. From embracing solitude over toxic company to celebrating your unique spark, this journey will show you how to find strength and purpose in your own presence. Stick with me, because by the end, you'll see why being alone isn't lonely. It is the path to a life filled with meaning and calm. Let us start this journey together and discover the power of your own company. 1. Embrace solitude over foolish company. What if the people you surround yourself with are quietly dimming your inner light? In a world that glorifies constant connection, we often overlook the profound power of choosing solitude over foolish company. Drawing from the timeless wisdom of Buddhism, I've come to see that embracing solitude isn't about running from others, it's about creating a sacred space where your mind and spirit can truly flourish. Let me share why stepping away from negative or unproductive relationships can unlock clarity, peace, and a deeper connection to yourself, offering you a path to growth that no crowd can provide. Buddhism teaches us to be selective with our company, urging us to prioritize solitude over meaningless interactions that drain our energy. I've felt the weight of lingering in spaces where gossip, negativity, or shallow chatter filled the air. It's like trying to grow a garden in barren soil. Choosing solitude over such company isn't loneliness. It is an act of self-respect. It is saying, my inner peace is worth more than this chaos. In those quiet moments alone, free from the clamor of foolish influences, you create room for your inner voice to speak. That voice, often drowned out by the noise of others, holds the wisdom you need to navigate life with purpose. Solitude fosters mental and spiritual growth in ways that crowded rooms rarely can. When you step away from distractions, you give yourself the gift of clarity. I remember nights spent alone, sitting in stillness, where the fog of my own doubts began to lift. In that quiet, I could reflect on what truly mattered: my values, my dreams, not someone else's opinions. Buddhism reminds us that true wisdom emerges when we're no longer swayed by unproductive social currents. Solitude becomes a sanctuary where peace takes root, allowing you to strengthen your mind and spirit without the interference of external chaos. This isn't about shunning all connection, far from it. It is about recognizing that not every voice deserves a seat at your table. Foolish company, whether it is negative friends or toxic environments, hinders your growth by pulling you into cycles of distraction or drama. I've learned that spending time alone, even if it feels daunting at first, is far better than clinging to relationships that leave you feeling empty. In solitude, you're not escaping life. You're diving deeper into it. You begin to see your thoughts clearly, unclouded by others' judgments or expectations. For those reading this, I invite you to try it. Carve out a moment today to be alone, free from the pull of others. Sit with your thoughts, maybe with a journal or just the quiet. Notice how the stillness feels not empty, but alive with possibility. By choosing solitude over foolish company, you're not just protecting your peace. You're building a foundation for a life rooted in clarity and strength. That is the value of this practice. It is a step toward becoming the truest, most grounded version of yourself, ready to face the world with a heart full of calm. 2. Spend time alone to know yourself. Have you ever wondered who you'd find if you sat quietly with yourself, away from the world's noise? In our fast-paced lives, we rarely pause to truly meet ourselves. Yet Buddhism teaches that spending time alone is the key to unlocking deep self-awareness. Solitude enables profound self-reflection, helping you uncover your desires, strengths, and fears. This journey of knowing yourself isn't just a luxury, it is a cornerstone of Buddhist wisdom that leads to lasting inner peace. Let me share why embracing these quiet moments can transform how you see yourself and live your life. Solitude creates a sacred space where you can listen to your heart without the chatter of external distractions. I've found that in those still moments, whether meditating under a tree or simply sitting with a cup of tea, my true self begins to emerge. Buddhism emphasizes that self-awareness is the path to wisdom, and it starts with understanding your own mind. Alone, you can reflect deeply on what drives you. What are your deepest desires? What strengths lie within you, waiting to be embraced? Even your fears, often buried beneath daily routines, surface in solitude, offering a chance to face them with courage. This practice of self-reflection is like peeling back the layers of an onion. I remember nights when I sat in silence, questioning my motivations and unraveling beliefs I'd carried for years. In those moments, free from others' opinions, I began to see who I truly was, not the version shaped by society or expectations, but the raw, authentic me. Solitude allows you to explore the contours of your soul, deepening your understanding of your thoughts and emotions. It's in this quiet that you discover answers to life's big questions, answers that have always resided within you, waiting to be uncovered through introspection. The value of this practice lies in its power to bring clarity and peace. When you spend time alone, you're not just passing hours, you're rebuilding a relationship with yourself. Buddhist teachings remind us that inner peace comes from knowing oneself, not from chasing external validation. I've felt this peace settle in during solitary walks, where the world's demands faded, and my own voice grew clear. This self-awareness helps you navigate life with confidence, grounded in a deep understanding of your strengths and vulnerabilities. For anyone reading this, I encourage you to carve out time today to be alone. Sit in stillness, maybe with a journal or just your thoughts. Ask yourself, what do I truly want? What scares me, and why? Let the answers come without judgment. This practice of spending time alone isn't about isolation, it's about meeting the most important person in your life. You. By embracing solitude, you will cultivate a self-awareness that lights the way to inner peace, empowering you to live with authenticity and grace. That is the gift of knowing yourself, a gift that stays with you, no matter where life takes you. 3. Overcome the fear of being alone. What if the loneliness you dread is actually the doorway to your greatest strength? In a world that equates being alone with failure, Buddhism offers a radical perspective. Solitude is not something to fear, but an opportunity for profound growth. By reframing loneliness, you can overcome the fear of being alone, building emotional resilience, reducing your need for external validation, and uncovering an inner strength that anchors you through life's storms. Let me share why embracing solitude can transform your relationship with yourself and bring a peace that no crowd can offer. The fear of being alone often stems from a misconception that we need others to feel whole. I've felt that pang of unease myself, sitting in silence when the world seemed to hum with connection. But Buddhism teaches that this fear is an illusion, one we can dismantle by seeing solitude as a chance to grow. When you spend time alone, you confront your inner self, not with judgment but with curiosity. Those quiet moments, whether meditating or simply breathing in stillness, reveal that you are complete just as you are. This realization is liberating, like shedding a heavy cloak you didn't know you were wearing. Solitude builds emotional resilience in ways that constant company cannot. I've learned this through nights spent alone, where I faced my doubts and fears head-on. Without the crutch of others' opinions, I discovered I could stand firm on my own. Buddhism reminds us that true strength comes from within, not from external validation. By embracing solitude, you wean yourself from the need for approval, finding instead a quiet confidence that grows with each moment you spend in your own presence. This resilience frees you from unhealthy attachments, allowing you to form relationships from a place of wholeness, not neediness. Overcoming the fear of loneliness is about seeing solitude as a space where your inner power thrives. I recall moments when the stillness felt daunting, yet it was in those same moments that I found clarity and courage. Solitude teaches you that you are your own anchor, unshaken by the absence of others. This shift in perspective dissolves the anxiety of being alone, replacing it with a sense of empowerment. You begin to cherish the quiet, not as emptiness, but as a wellspring of strength. For those reading, I invite you to take a small step today. Sit alone for 10 minutes, without distractions. Notice the thoughts that arise, the feelings that surface. Let them be, without rushing to fill the silence. This practice of facing solitude head-on will show you that you are enough, just as you are. The value lies in discovering a resilience that carries you through life's challenges, rooted in the unshakable truth of your own worth. By overcoming the fear of being alone, you unlock a peace that no external source can provide, a peace that grows stronger with every moment you spend embracing your own company. For solitude as a space for self-discovery. What if the quiet moments you avoid hold the key to discovering who you truly meant to be? In a world buzzing with opinions and expectations, solitude offers a sacred space for self-discovery, free from external noise. Buddhism teaches that without the clutter of others' voices, you can explore your true potential, passions, and values, fostering a deep self-acceptance that sparks personal growth. Let me share why carving out time alone can help you uncover the most authentic version of yourself, lighting a path to a life filled with purpose and peace. Solitude is like a clear mirror, reflecting your innermost thoughts and feelings without distortion. I've found that in those still moments, whether sitting by a window or walking alone in nature, my true self begins to surface. Buddhism views solitude as a gateway to understanding your deeper nature, a place where you can tune into your heart's quiet whispers. Without the weight of others' expectations, you're free to ask, what stirs my soul? What are my passions? Buried beneath the daily grind. In this sacred space, you rediscover joys and dreams that may have been drowned out by the world's demands. This journey of self-discovery isn't just about daydreaming, it's about realigning with your core values. I remember solitary evenings when I journaled, sifting through my choices and rediscovering what truly matters to me. Solitude allows you to explore your strengths and embrace your potential, unclouded by external judgments. It's where you realize that your quirks, your passions, your unique spark are not flaws but treasures. Buddhism teaches that this self-acceptance is the root of personal growth, empowering you to live from a place of clarity and confidence. In solitude, you create room to recalibrate your life's direction. I've felt the freedom of those quiet hours, where I could let go of goals that weren't mine and embrace ones that felt true. This is where you uncover what brings you joy, not what society says should. By exploring your inner world, you begin to see life through a clearer lens, one that reflects your authentic self. This clarity fosters a profound peace, as you no longer feel the need to mold yourself to fit others' expectations. Instead, you step into the freedom of being unapologetically you. For anyone reading, I urge you to try this. Spend an hour alone, maybe with a notebook or just your thoughts. Ask yourself, what do I love? What do I value? Let the answers flow without judgment. This practice of solitude isn't about isolation, it's about meeting the person you've always been beneath the noise. The value lies in cultivating a self-acceptance that fuels growth, guiding you toward a life aligned with your truest self. By embracing solitude as a space for self-discovery, you will find not just peace but a radiant strength to live boldly, authentically, and joyfully no matter what the world throws your way. 5. The strength of independence. What if the key to facing life's toughest challenges lies not in leaning on others, but in standing tall on your own? In a world that often pushes us to seek support from outside, Buddhism reveals a profound truth. Solitude cultivates self-reliance, empowering you to handle life's trials independently. This practice builds a deep confidence and resilience, rooted in your inner strength rather than the fleeting approval of others. Let me share why embracing time alone can transform you into your own greatest ally, equipping you with the courage to navigate life with unshakable peace. Solitude is a training ground for independence, a space where you learn to rely on yourself. I've felt this shift during quiet evenings when, free from distractions, I faced my problems head-on. Buddhism teaches that you are responsible for your own well-being, and in solitude you discover just how capable you are. Without the noise of others' opinions, you begin to trust your own judgment, finding solutions from within. This realization is powerful. It shows you that you don't need constant validation to move forward. Instead, you cultivate a strength that grows with every challenge you tackle alone. This self-reliance isn't about shutting others out, It is about knowing you can stand firm, no matter the circumstances. I remember moments when life felt overwhelming, yet in solitude, I found clarity and resolve. By stepping away from external influences, you build resilience that is rooted in your own heart. Buddhism emphasizes that true confidence comes from within, not from applause or approval. As you rely more on yourself, you feel a quiet empowerment, a sense that you re-equipped to handle whatever comes your way. This inner strength becomes a steady anchor, unshaken by the ups and downs of life. The beauty of independence is its liberating effect. In those solitary moments, I've learned to trust my decisions, even when they diverged from the crowd's. Solitude teaches you that you don't need to cling to others for security or peace comes from knowing you have everything you need inside you. This doesn't mean you'll never seek help, but it means you approach challenges with a calm assurance, knowing you're capable of finding your own way. Over time, this builds a resilience that makes life's uncertainties feel less daunting and more like opportunities to grow. For those reading, I invite you to try this. Spend a moment alone today, facing a small challenge without reaching for advice. Notice how it feels to trust your own instincts. This practice of solitude isn't about isolation, it is about discovering the strength you've always had. The value lies in building a confidence that no external force can shake, empowering you to live boldly and authentically. By cultivating self-reliance, you will find a peace that carries you through life's storms, rooted in the unshakable truth that you are enough, just as you are, ready to face the world with courage and grace. 6. Embrace self-companionship. What if the best friend you've been searching for is already within you, waiting to be embraced? In a world obsessed with external validation, likes, followers, applause, Buddhism offers a quiet, radical truth. You are enough, just as you are. Embracing self-companionship means recognizing this, learning to enjoy your own company, practicing self-compassion, and finding joy in solitude. This practice leads to emotional stability and opens the door to authentic relationships, grounded not in neediness but in wholeness. Let me share why befriending yourself is one of the most liberating gifts you can give yourself, anchoring you in peace no matter what life brings. Self-companionship begins with the simple act of enjoying your own presence. I've found such sweetness in solitary moments, sipping coffee alone, walking in silence, or losing myself in a book. Buddhism teaches that true contentment comes from within, not from others' approval. When you spend time alone, you get to know yourself on a deeper level, free from the filters of social expectations. You begin to understand your thoughts, your quirks, your dreams. This self-awareness is like a warm light, illuminating the truth that you don't need anyone else to feel complete. You are your own source of love, your own wellspring of happiness. Practicing self-compassion is at the heart of this journey. We are often our own harshest critics, quick to judge our mistakes or dwell on our flaws. I've caught myself spiraling into self-criticism, only to pause and ask, would I speak this way to a dear friend? Solitude teaches you to treat yourself with the same kindness you'd offer someone you love. When you stumble, instead of harsh words, offer yourself forgiveness. This shift builds a loving relationship with yourself, one where you embrace your imperfections as part of your unique beauty. Over time, this self-compassion becomes a foundation for inner peace, steadying you through life's ups and downs. Finding joy in solitude transforms how you experience being alone. I used to equate solitude with loneliness, but I've learned they are worlds apart. Now, I cherish quiet evenings exploring hobbies, writing, gardening, or simply sitting in meditation. These moments aren't empty. They are rich with fulfillment. Buddhism reminds us that solitude is a space to connect with your true self, free from the need to perform for others. In this quiet, you discover what brings you joy, independent of external validation. That joy becomes an anchor, grounding you in a confidence that radiates outward, making you magnetic without relying on others' approval. The emotional stability that comes from self-companionship is profound. When you content in your Gagasan own company, external criticism or praise loses its power to sway you. I've felt this calm during turbulent times, knowing my worth isn't tied to others' opinions. This stability allows you to form authentic relationships built on mutual respect rather than a need to fill a void. When you know Yuri enough, you connect with others from a place of wholeness, creating bonds that are genuine and uplifting. These relationships thrive because Yuri not seeking completion, Yuri sharing the fullness of who you are. For anyone reading, I invite you to try this. Spend an hour alone today, doing something you love, whether it is reading, walking, or just sitting with your thoughts. Notice how it feels to be your own companion. Speak to yourself with kindness, as you would to a friend. This practice of self-companionship isn't about cutting others off, it is about building a relationship with yourself that is so strong. It carries you through life's challenges with grace. The value lies in discovering that you are enough, a truth that fosters emotional resilience and opens the door to connections that honor your authentic self. By embracing your own company, you will find a joy and peace that no external source can rival, a light that shines from within, guiding you home to yourself. 7. Value the power of being an individual. What if the world's push to fit in is stealing the unique light only you can shine? In a society that pressures us to conform to its molds, Buddhism offers a liberating truth. Embracing your uniqueness is your greatest strength. Valuing the power of being an individual means resisting societal expectations and reconnecting with your authentic self through solitude. This practice fosters confidence, purpose, and meaningful connections that honor who you truly are. Let me share why standing boldly in your individuality can transform your life and inspire others to do the same. Solitude is a sanctuary where you rediscover your true self, free from the noise of external judgments. Ivy felt this clarity during quiet moments alone, where the world's labels worker, friend, follower faded, and my own voice grew loud. Buddhism teaches that each of us is unique, with talents and wisdom no one else can replicate. In solitude, you hear your own thoughts clearly, reflecting on what truly matters to you. This space allows you to honor your values and passions, unswayed by the trends or expectations that often drown out your inner compass. Embracing your individuality means celebrating what makes you different, not hiding it. I've learned to cherish my quirks, the way I see the world, the dreams that set my heart ablaze because they remain alone. Solitude helps you resist the pressure to conform, empowering you to live a life aligned with your personal truth. This isn't always easy. There are moments when standing apart feels lonely, but Buddhism reminds us that real strength comes from staying true to yourself, even when others don't understand. In those moments, you find a confidence that is unshakable, rooted in the knowledge that your worth doesn't depend on fitting in. This confidence fuels a sense of purpose. When you value your uniqueness, you stop chasing goals that don't resonate and start building a life that reflects your deepest beliefs. I've seen this in my own journey. Solitary reflection helped me let go of societal shoulds and embrace a path that felt right for me. This authenticity draws others to you, creating connections based on mutual respect and genuine understanding. When you live as your true self, you attract people who value you for who you are, not who you pretend to be. For those reading, I encourage you to spend a moment alone today. Ask yourself, what makes me unique? What do I truly want beyond society's expectations? Let solitude guide you back to your authentic self. This practice isn't about isolation, it is about claiming the power of your individuality. The value lies in cultivating a life of purpose and confidence, where you inspire others by living your truth. By embracing your uniqueness, you become a beacon of authenticity, showing the world that true connection and fulfillment come from being unapologetically you, shining brightly in a sea of sameness. UVE just explored 7 profound ways to embrace solitude, from finding peace in your own presence to shining as the unique individual you are. These lessons aren't just about being alone, they about building a life rooted in self-awareness, confidence, and authentic connections. I've felt this transformation myself, and I know that when you lean into solitude, you're not escaping the world, you're stepping into your own power. Buddhism reminds us that the greatest treasure lies within, waiting for you to uncover it in those quiet moments. So, here is my challenge to you. Take one small step today. Spend 10 minutes alone, reflecting on what makes you you. Notice the peace that comes when you let the world's noise fade away. If this resonated with you, hit that like button, share this video with someone who needs it, and subscribe for more wisdom to light your path. Drop a comment below, tell me, how do you find joy in your own company? Let us inspire each other to live with purpose and peace, one solitary moment at a time.